Good morning. Good morning. Can everybody in the chat hear me? Just give a thumbs up. Perfect. Perfect. I just want to say good morning, everyone, and welcome to our virtual panel discussion with AdventHealth Minneola. My name is Phil Houghton, and I serve as a traction strategist here at AdventHealth. And I am honored to be your host today. This is such a big moment for AdventHealth, and we're thrilled to have you with us as we celebrate this exciting new chapter together. Joining me are the members of the AdventHealth Minneola leadership team. And Kay, let's go ahead and start with you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Kay Barnett. I am the CEO for AdventHealth Minneola. I've been with AdventHealth for about 14 years, and I am a mom of two boys who are 8 and 10.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Candy Medlin. I'm the Chief Nursing Officer for Minneola. I've been with AdventHealth for almost 18 years. And a fun fact about me is my husband and I both live in the Claremont, Minneola area and have for the last 10 years. So very excited to be a part of this.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Paul Adiogan. I am the Chief Operating Officer here at Minneola. Fun fact about me, I am originally from Nigeria. I have worked for AdventHealth for 8 years, and I am excited to be here with you today.
Thank you, Paul. Good morning, everyone. I'm Miles Bennett. I'm the Chief Medical Officer for AdventHealth Minneola. I've been an ED physician with the hospital for about 15 years. I've been the Chief Medical Officer with them for about 4 years. Fun fact about me is I'm a very spoiled man. I have an amazing wife and 3 beautiful daughters.
And I'm Leanne Breyer, the Chief Financial Officer at AdventHealth Minneola. I have been with the company for almost 12 years now, and a fun fact about me is that I love dogs, all kinds of dogs, and I have a 12-year-old Shiba Inu named Aki.
Love it. Thank you, team. The AdventHealth Minneola team will be sharing their vision, what makes the hospital unique, and how it represents our commitment to whole person faith-based care. We'll be talking about the culture, the opportunities, and what makes AdventHealth Minneola more than just a hospital, but truly the start of something special. We'll have time we'll have time for questions at the end of our discussion, so please drop questions into the chat and we can take care of them and try to answer them via chat from our moderators. Thanks again, and let's begin. Kay, can you just give us a quick overview of the new AdventHealth Minneola Hospital and why this launch is such a milestone for both the community and the organization?
Yeah, happy to, Phil. We see this endeavor really being a game changer for South Lake County. I would imagine that a lot of our audience member here joining the call today are probably pretty familiar with the area and with Minneola. But what you might not know is that today, over 40% of people who live in South Lake County actually leave this area when they need hospital care. And so by opening this facility, this community will now have access to faith-based care close to home. So to answer the second part of your question, Phil, just a snapshot of what this facility will include. This will be an 80-bed hospital, inclusive of everything from observation care to intensive care, emergency services, and full service surgical and imaging services as well.
Wow, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Candy, I'm interested, how does AdventHealth Minneola reflect AdventHealth's mission of whole person, faith-based healthcare in Central Florida?
That's a great question, Phil. So here in Central Florida, our communities are growing quickly. And with that growth comes a greater need for compassionate faith-based care that people can trust. AdventHealth Minneola is our response to that need. By opening these doors, we're expanding access to advanced medicine and whole person care, bringing healing closer to home for the families that we serve. Every aspect of this hospital, from the thoughtful design of the healing spaces to the expertise of our physicians and team members, reflects our commitment to care that uplifts, restores, and transforms lives. This is more than just a new facility, Phil. It's a promise. It's a promise that no matter where you are on your health journey, you can find hope, healing, and compassion right here in your own community.
Wow, powerful words. Thank you. Kay, can you just tell me what inspired the vision for AdventHealth Mineola and how did the needs of the community shape the hospital from the ground up?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to put it simply, this community was the inspiration for this vision and for this hospital. When we opened in the end of 2021, a freestanding emergency department right there in Claremont, so about 10 minutes down the road from where this new hospital will be, we heard loud and clear from the patients and the family members that we were serving that, hey, we really love the care that you're providing, but we don't want to have to leave our community when we need a higher level of care or when we need to see a specialist in a faster amount of time. And so, in response, we've set in motion a vision to transform the community healthcare experience and become the hospital of choice through preeminent, compassionate, and whole person care. And I think anybody on this call, the day that you step into this facility for the first time, will see that that has been embedded in everything that we do, that the community that we are situated within has inspired the design of the building, the physicians we're recruiting, and the team that we're selecting to care for this community.
Mm, thank you so much, Paul. I want to talk about what excites you about this AdventHealth Mineola hospital opening. What excites you? What are some fun things that are coming to AdventHealth Mineola that represent AdventHealth and the future of care delivery?
Thank you, Philip. There are two things that really excite me about this opportunity. The first one is that it represents the growth of our mission into a market that has never experienced Advent Health. The second one is that it represents our commitment to bring economic opportunities to the community by way of providing jobs, partnerships, and community development. In terms of the future of care delivery, I'm excited about the increased access this offers the community. For the first time in the community's history, residents of Mineola now have a hospital there in Mineola. That means they will no longer have to travel outside of the community to have access to a hospital.
Mm, thank you so much. And we know how important that is. Paul, just a follow-up question. How does the design of AdventHealth Mineola campus enhance both the patient healing and the daily experience of our team members?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, our mission at Advent Health is to extend the healing ministry of Christ. When Christ was here on earth and healing people, he did so holistically, mind, body, and soul. It is on this premise that our organization was founded. Here at Advent Health, we believe the environment plays a critical role in healing. As such, all our hospitals, including Mineola, are built with large windows that provide quality views of the outside, where you can see nature at its finest and be inspired. Specifically at Mineola, we are blessed with views of Lake Apopka and lots of trees. We also offer carefully selected furniture and color schemes that inspire healing, designated exterior walking spaces that encourage people to exercise, and my favorite, we offer inspirational artwork that includes biblical verses that remind us that Christ is leading.
I love that. I know for me here at the corporate office, when a Monday feels like a Monday, sometimes I'll just take a quick walk outside and I'll walk by the lake or I'll walk by the water, and I know it makes the day just a little bit easier for me. So I love that that's something that Advent Health is trying to do at all their campuses. Dr. Bennett, what are some standout features and services that you'd like to highlight as part of Advent Health Mineola experience?
Excellent question. No, I think one thing is that when the thought that went into this hospital is we're going to heal the mind, body, and spirit. As Paul mentioned, we have a lot of aesthetics that are there calming to not only heal the mind, but the scriptures for the spirit. But on top of that, we're going to have all of the specialties that everybody would expect: emergency medicine, neurology, cardiac, general surgery, vascular surgery. I'm sure I'm leaving some off, orthopedics. We're going to have the whole gamut of that. But to help with that, we're also going to have high tech, some of the highest tech ORs that you can have with the highest tech robots. The OR is actually designed by our surgical team, which usually are designed by architects. The surgery team actually designed that. Every room is going to be a smart room in this hospital. So a lot of this is just to help build the patient and make the hospital smaller and make the patient feel more comfortable.
I love that. I think you might have answered some of my next question, which was how has innovation been thoughtfully integrated into AdventHealth Mineola's infrastructure to support safety, excellence, and whole person care?
No, and I saved a little piece of that because the smart rooms I think are the most important, one of the most important parts. Normally, if you needed a specialist that was not available at a community hospital, you'd have to be transferred to that hospital. Now with our smart rooms, we can actually bring that physician into the room virtually to meet with that patient, use that technology for our team members to help take menial tasks that could be done by somebody virtually to free up time so they can spend more time with their patients. A lot of these tasks are going to be there to make our staff members happy, make their lives easier, but also provide that loving care that we need to our patients right there in the community.
I love that. Thank you so much, Paul. I'm curious. We had a hiring event a few weeks ago. Can you just tell me now that the hiring event has passed and people have been hired, are the roles still open? Are we still hiring? What positions are we hiring for? And what makes a good candidate for AdventHealth Mineola?
Yeah, great question. I am very excited by candidates that believe in our mission and want to be a part of Advent Health. We still have plenty of jobs available. I encourage all candidates, if you're interested, to go to adventhealth.com, click careers, and view the list of open positions and apply. If you don't see a position that you're interested in that is under our Mineola Hospital, feel free to apply to other positions within the organization. Later on down the road, as we expand and grow, we may have that position that you want open, and you can always ask for transfer and transfer back to the Mineola campus.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I just want to say that you heard it here from Paul first that AdventHealth Mineola has tons of positions. And if you don't see your position on there, just tell them that, well, Paul's told me that there were positions available, so I should be a shoo-in. Thank you. Thank you so much, Paul. Piggybacking off of that question, what qualities do you believe make someone a great fit for AdventHealth Mineola team beyond their clinical credentials?
Yeah, beyond clinical credentials, I would say somebody who believes in our mission and wants to make a positive impact in people's lives. Also, somebody who cares for others and is committed to their roles. That would be those would be the qualities that I would look for in a candidate or in
Perfect.
candidates. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Candy, as CNO, once new hires come on board, how are we helping them feel connected, equipped, and ready to be a part of something meaningful from day one?
That's a great question, Phil. We've done a lot of work with the people that we brought on board so far with connecting them. We have the Mineola Minute that is a message that's sent out by our CEO. We also have our team leaders sending out messages to their teams on a weekly, monthly basis. But our goal is to create caring environment for both our patients and our teams. We're planning many fun, interactive training sessions and town halls to jumpstart our Mineola culture just prior to opening. We hope that this will help to build community as well as set the expectations with clear understandings of our mission, vision, and values for our team members. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. And Candy, while we have you, give us the secret sauce. What advice would you give about someone to stand out in the application or that interview process for AdventHealth Mineola?
I love that you call it a secret sauce, but I don't really think it's a secret. I think, just bring your true authentic self, be who you are, but understand who we are as an organization as well. Do a little research and find out what Advent Health is all about if you haven't had the opportunity to work for us or to hear about us. But also tell us your why. Why do you want to be a part of Advent Health Mineola and what motivates you? Also, just a little tidbit, bring an updated resume with you. And don't forget to ask us a few thoughtful questions. We love to hear from you and love to hear your questions as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Dr. Bennett, can you just share how we are intentionally building the culture at AdventHealth Mineola and how we want that to show up in the way people work together?
Yeah, excellent question. For me, culture is the most important piece of what we can do. I mean, that's what's kept me at Advent Health for 15 years. We have a mindset of mind, body, spirit treatment for the patients, but we also have that for our team members. And if you've seen our commercials, we always talk about wholeness, and that also includes our team members. And we look at this as a team. Our culture is, the physicians always like to think they're the top of the food chain, but our culture is not that. Our culture is very, very level. Though we are a team, everybody has an important role to play on that team. Everybody from environmental services to nursing to the hugs to the physicians. But the most important member of that team is actually the patient. And we have to remember that first and foremost. But again, everybody is on the same plane, making sure everybody feels equal, everybody feels like they have a word and a say in it, just helps us take better care of the patient, but also take better care of us as our team members.
Mm, thank you. Paul, I'm curious, what makes AdventHealth Mineola a special opportunity for someone seeking not just a job, but a place to grow their career with purpose?
Yeah, Philip, that's a great question. So I joined AdventHealth because I wanted to be the best version of myself. AdventHealth is committed to its team members. We have a promise at AdventHealth has made to its team members called the Team Member Promise, which states it is AdventHealth's goal to be a place where team members thrive professionally and experience a sense of wholeness. That is the promise AdventHealth has made to all its employees, that I will thrive both professionally and holistically. Philip, I do not know of any other employer that has made this promise to its employees. I see it every day. I'm a living testament to the promise, and I'm thankful that I work for such a wonderful organization.
Mm, thank you so much for sharing. Leanne, I'm curious, what opportunities will team members have access to at AdventHealth Mineola from the very beginning?
This is something that I'm really passionate about. I think it's something that AdventHealth is really intentional about. We have many opportunities to grow our team members in different ways from day one. I can say from our group today, I think we've all been able to experience this in some way. For example, Kay started as an internal communications specialist. Candy started as a bedside nurse. Paul started as director of operations. I personally started here as a financial analyst at AdventHealth in our finance department. And I have had very intentional leaders throughout my career who have helped me find resources to better my leadership skills, to be able to spend time talking about career growth opportunities with me. We have career pathways that help our team members also find their passion within healthcare. For example, we have lots of examples within nutritional services. I was actually meeting last week with someone who works in a finance role who actually started as a frontline team member in nutritional services. We have educational assistance programs for certifications, further degrees. We also have a lot of online resources for our team members to build their skills like communication or emotional intelligence. AdventHealth has a lot of opportunities for every level of our team to really learn what they're passionate about and to be able to excel in it. So very excited for our team members.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much for sharing. One thing that I love that we can grow, that AdventHealth gives you space to grow to become the best at your role, but also wants you to grow and be able to find your next role and grow within yourself. So that's something that I truly appreciate about AdventHealth. Paul, I'm curious because I've heard it come up in interviews before, the age-old work-life balance question, right? So how does AdventHealth support team members in balancing career growth with their personal well-being and life outside of work while still serving at AdventHealth Mineola?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite questions. Earlier I shared AdventHealth's team member promise, and I'm going to state it again. It's AdventHealth's goal to be a place where team members thrive professionally and experience a sense of wholeness, mind, body, and soul. You can't experience wholeness without a healthy work-life balance. AdventHealth recognizes that for employees to be at their best, they must have a healthy work-life balance. Your personal time is important to AdventHealth and us. As an example, here, employees earn paid time off from the moment they start working with us and are encouraged to use it. And you know what the best part about all this is? If you don't use it, you don't lose it. It just banks until that day you decide to use it. Not all organizations have that, and we are blessed to have that benefit.
I love that. And just want to let everybody know this is a recording so that when we do hire team members from this event, you can bring this up and said, hey, Paul says if you don't use it, I can still use it. So we have that on record, Paul. Thank you. Leanna, I'm curious, for someone just starting their career, their healthcare journey, what possibilities can open up by beginning at a brand new hospital like AdventHealth Mineola?
I love this question. I think starting a brand new hospital like Mineola, it's such a unique opportunity. It's an opportunity to build our legacy in a community by building culture that we're really proud of. It's an opportunity to learn from all of our sister campuses, to be able to implement best practices, to be able to create that culture of high quality and compassion on day one. We're all going to learn a lot with the new hospital from both what it goes into ensuring our departments have operational processes in place to really having that opportunity to understand a lot of the why our department may do something the way it does, or why does our organization do something a certain way. Starting a career at a community hospital like Mineola gives everyone an opportunity to really gain a broader experience across different areas. Sometimes some of us may wear multiple hats, and I think that that will just only help prepare each of us for whatever may come our way, whether that means future career growth through promotion or really finding that niche role that we're really passionate about.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing, Paul. Back to you. 5, 10 years down the line, how do you hope team members who joined at the beginning will describe their experience at Advent Health Mineola?
Yeah, this is a great question. I hope and I pray that they'll describe this as being the best decision they ever made from a career standpoint. I know it's been the best decision I have made. I plan to retire here, so my wish is for anybody who works at Advent Health to have the same feelings that I have, that they are thankful that they work here and they plan to be here until they retire.
Love that. Thank you. Kay, as CEO, what kind of leadership team can employees and the community expect from this Advent Health Mineola team?
I think that's such a great question because we all know that who you work for can make or break what it feels like to come to work every single day. And when I think about the leadership team here at Advent Health Mineola, whether it's the executive team or the group of over 30 department level leaders, there's two things that come to mind. One is the fact that, Leanne touched on this a little bit as she shared all of our backgrounds. And I can say personally, and I think I speak on behalf of this team, this is a leadership group that is very invested in growing the teams that we support and that we lead and helping them to realize their career goals and dreams as well. And secondly, I know this is also a leadership team that's also committed to putting the patient at the center of our work. And when a team member and a leader and our whole entire team comes together, putting the patient at the center of every decision, at the center of every action, I know we're always going to do the right thing and we'll always be aligned in what that work looks like. And so that's what comes to mind when you ask that question, Phil.
Mm, I love that so much. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Team, thank you so much for sharing your insight. Now we'd love to hear from you, our audience. If you have a question, please drop it in the chat, and we're going to try to get to as many as possible. The first one I see here is what is faith-based healthcare? Anyone on the team, please.
Sure, I'd love to take that one, Phil. So faith-based care to us is our mission. It's who we are. It's extending that healing ministry of Christ wherever you are in your life path, right? It's mind, body, spirit. It comes from our mission. It's not just medicine. It's what we do for your whole person, not just you, but your families, and as well as our team members. We want everyone to feel that faith-based care.
Mm, love that. Thank you. Let's see. Here's a good one. What is something unexpected that you've learned in the process of the opening of Advent Health Mineola?
Phil, I think I'll take this one if you guys don't mind. I think for me, it's the amount of interest that this hospital has generated in the community. When we had our hiring fair a few weeks ago, we had several hundreds people show up. I was shocked by the amount of people that showed up. I think we were shocked. It was very exciting, but just to see that we have so many people in the community that know that we're opening and want to be a part of this journey is very exciting for me.
Mm, perfect. Thank you so much. And then this one, what separates Advent Health from other hospitals?
So, Phil, I think what separates us has a lot to do with what Candy just touched on, which is our mission. When we talk about extending the healing ministry of Christ, that in and of itself recognizes that the work we do every day is sacred. And it means that we're going to show up and we're going to provide the best possible clinical care that's available in the nation, but we're going to do it in a way that recognizes that we have to actually treat more than just your symptoms, and we have to be there to recognize you as a person. And that translates to our work every day, and it's something I know this entire team is really proud of. But to me, what speaks even more volumes is when somebody outside of our organization recognizes that work as well. And so, just a couple weeks ago, we got some really great news from US News and World Reports that said we were ranked the #1 hospital in the entire state of Florida. And we are on the honor roll list as one of the top 20 hospitals in the nation. This is the first time that any hospital in the entire state of Florida has been on that honor roll list. And so it's something we're really proud of. And it recognizes that the missional work we do every single day is making a difference and setting us apart in how we deliver clinical care.
I love that. Thank you for sharing, and what an honor to be named. A few more questions I just want to get through. This is a good one. Is Advent Health's tuition reimbursement program only for healthcare related degrees, or does it extend to areas like supply chain management or business?
I'm happy to take that one.
Yeah,
It applies to anybody. If you come in and you work in, like Paul said earlier, in nutritional services, and you want to work in supply chain, and you want to get a master's degree in supply chain and become a director, we will cover that. You will be covered by our tuition reimbursement for that as well. If you come in and you're working as transport and you want to be an EMT, we'll put you through school for that. We'll do tuition reimbursement with that. We have a lot of opportunities, so it's not just clinical.
I love that. Thank you so much.
It's Philip, if I can just kind of add to what Candy
Yeah,
just said.
please.
I'm a person who has an advanced degree, but just because Advent Health offers this tuition reimbursement program, I too have considered going back to school to learn about something else because it's a benefit that they've promised to us. So it would truly have a wonderful benefit here from a tuition reimbursement program. I know of a lot of people who have benefited from this program and continue to benefit from it till today. So thank you.
Perfect. Thank you for that, both. This is a good one. What is your why? And this is something I would like to just ask the whole team. We have a little bit of time left. Leanne, I would love to start with you.
I started as a kid, I always thought, oh, I'll be a doctor someday. And then I realized blood is not for me. I would probably faint around a lot of needles. I'm a person who turns away. But I think this is a really great opportunity where sitting at a campus, I've really been able to see how people take care of my loved ones, of me when I go there. And I think that seeing how people treat others, I think it's such a great to be part of that mission, to be able to see that directly and be able to be part of that organization that really is making that happen. That is really why I'm still here after 12 years, loving the organization and loving the mission that we're here.
Love that. Thank you. And let's go, Candy.
Sure, I'd love to share. So many, many, many years ago, my father had to have open heart surgery, and he had one of the best nurses, the most kind, compassionate humans I've probably ever encountered. And I said, that's what I want to do. I want to be the person that provides that care to family and to the patient. And so I made my decision to go back to school and become a nurse. And then God had a different plan. God moved me in different places within Advent Health and moved me into a leadership role. And today I feel like that I take care of the people that care for our patients.
Love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Dr. Miles Bennett.
No, thank you for asking. No, and Leanne, it's okay. I pass out outside of my own blood still. And being an ER physician, we see lots of blood. As long as it's not my own, we're all good. So you're good. No, my why is, I always knew I wanted to be a physician. I had my mom pass away of breast cancer, and I saw what good medicine looked like. And so I learned from that experience. And when my dad passed away as well, I saw what good medicine looked like. I also saw what bad medicine looked like. And I wanted to make sure that I ensured that people got the best care that they could receive. And so for me, it's important that I treat them like as a family member. And as the chief medical officer, that's what I wanted to extend to our team. As our team, I want our team to feel like they're part of the care team, but also that they're extending their love to our patients so they feel like they're part of our family as well.
Thank you so much for sharing. Paul?
Yeah, thank you. And I love this question. You know, Philip, a few years ago when I first graduated from college, I worked for a different company, a different healthcare company, and that did not have a mission. So we just kind of went through the motions every day. We did our work, but there was something that was missing in my heart. And it was missing. And it got to the point where I was just flat. And then I found Advent Health and I came here. And with our mission being to extend the healing ministry of Christ and the focus that Advent Health has put on that mission just rejuvenated me. It gave me so many more years of life, of working life. I am so happy that I'm here. I see people getting healed. We offer hope to patients here. We all are committed on that journey of trying to make people's lives better. So I'm just excited to be in a company that's truly aligned with this mission and is trying to make the world a better place.
Oh, thank you for sharing, Paul. And okay.
Yeah, so my story started out very similar to what Leanne shared, which was I wanted to find a way that I could use the talents I felt God had blessed me with in a healthcare environment. But as I continued in my journey at Advent Health and I went through the process of having my very first son, I had the opportunity of being a patient in our hospital, and I was cared for by a nurse named Stephanie, who I still remember to this day, who cared for me in such an awe-inspiring way. And it gave me an appreciation for really the superpowers that our clinicians have and what fantastic work that they are capable of doing. And we like to say around here that there's really only two jobs at Advent Health. There's people who care for patients and the people who care for the people caring for patients. And so every day when I come to work, it's my goal to be somebody who makes strong decisions and does my very best to support the clinicians and the team members who are at the bedside delivering that compassionate superpower level care that we get to see every single day.
Dang, wow, that almost I missed enough there. But that was I appreciate you just sharing your story and team. I think it's so important to talk about our whys, to talk about why we do this, to talk about why we get up, to talk about the decisions that we make, and for people to know, for our teammates to know, hey, this is why I'm doing it. These are the decisions I'm making, and I'm making them because of this. Another question in the chat. In addition to the immediate accrual and no use it or lose it approach to PTO, what other best in class gold standard policies are you proud of to offer your team that sets you apart?
Hey, Phil, I'll chime in with one of them
Yeah,
here and definitely welcome thoughts from the rest of the team. But one of them is our maternity and paternity care. I mean,
yeah,
this is something that we offer to team members when they have a new child to be able to receive some paid time off for them to spend with their new child so that they can have that special time of healing and bonding as a new family. That's available for moms and dads. And it's something that I think is very best in class and something I really appreciate that we offer our team at this organization.
yeah, definitely something that I appreciate. And I don't even have a pet yet, but I know we also do pet insurance. So the moment I get a pet, best believe I'm signing the little guy up for the pet insurance. And I know that's something that we do as well too, which is just so fun.
So we also have excellent retirement benefits. So I think that's one thing to make sure that the folks that are on the line know that we have a great 401k, 403b program as well.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing. And I also know we have that mental health program as well too, correct? Where if you're looking for just some help, you can reach out to the mental health program that we've set up, and we'll set you up with somebody to talk to.
Yeah, we actually use Lyra and it's an app
Yeah,
and it works really well and the teams love it.
I love that. Perfect. Thank you so much. Here's another good one. How will the orientation process for new hires occur? Will they have to train at other facilities?
So currently that is what we're doing. We are training folks at different facilities that we're bringing in. So if it's an external, someone that has never worked for us before, it's not a training of how to be what your position is, it's how to learn the Advent Health way we do things here. So everybody has a different way of doing things, different computer systems that we use. So we're training people at Apopko, we're training people at Winter Garden, we're even training some people at the Orlando campus to be able to, when we open the doors, and I'm not going to give out your timeline because I know you're going to tell us all about that, to be ready when we open our doors.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank
So,
you.
so if I can just add to what Candy said, I think something that sets AdventHealth apart too is part of our orientation, we have something called the whole care experience. I've been fortunate that I've gone through this program twice. It's several days where we have an orientation at a large arena, and we just go through the whole aspects of our company. It's something that you have to experience for you to truly understand. I don't know that there's any other company that does the orientation as well as AdventHealth does it with the whole care experience. It's such a phenomenal event that I think you will find worth your time if you get the opportunity to join AdventHealth.
Love that. Thank you so much. This is a good one, and we don't have to have everybody, but if everybody wants to answer, that's fine too. What challenges did you overcome with the opening of the new hospital that you are the proudest of? I think that's a good one.
Philip, can you repeat that again? Was it,
Yeah,
excuse me, what challenge?
what challenge did you overcome with the opening of the new hospital that you are proudest of?
Well, I'll start by chiming in. One is we haven't opened yet, so we know there's still
Yes.
challenges to come, and that's okay, and we're going to figure it out. But one thing I am really proud of is the team that we have put in place so far. I mean, the work we do every day only happens if we have the right team. And we have a great team of leaders who are here, obviously the ones on the call, but especially our department level leaders across every single discipline. And when you have the right team, any of those challenges are going to work themselves out because we'll find a way to solve for it together.
Mm, thank you so much. There's a few more. Anybody else?
I think probably one of the challenges that we thought we were going to see would be hiring, right? Would be staffing this building. We're looking for enough staff to open a hospital, but we were really, really excited to see the turnout from our hiring fair 2 weeks ago in downtown Claremont. There's a lot of interest from Mineola, Claremont, people that live out here that really want to be a part of this hospital, and that excites us.
Definitely. All right, we'll take a few more questions here. Give me 2 seconds. Some of these are just repeat questions. Team, I think we have gotten to most of our questions here. Give me just 2 seconds to scroll. Okay. All right, team. I think we have one more here, and then we will just wrap it up. Somebody said, I had the opportunity to be in attendance at the Mineola hiring event in June and would like to know if there will be a continued follow-up from that initial interview. So just speaking about the hiring event, the Mineola hiring event, how that went and kind of what's our process like and how of like much of a success that was and how we move forward.
Yeah, Philip, I'll be happy to respond to that. There is going to be a follow up. Everybody who got interviewed there, we took your applications, we interviewed you, and now the hiring managers are in the process of going through all the applications and calling candidates back. So there will be a follow up. If for whatever reason you haven't heard back from anybody, what we will do is we will put in the chat here our phone number. Just reach out to us, or our email address. Just reach out to us, and we will help connect those dots. So I'll put my email address in the chat. and just reach out to me and we'll go from there.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you to our leadership team for sharing their vision and passion with us this morning. And thank you to the audience who joined to hear this discussion of AdventHealth Minneola. AdventHealth Minneola opens its doors mid-December. This is more than a hospital. It's a place of healing, innovation, and opportunity for our community. We will be sending an email with more information about this event and important links. If you are interested, you can apply at jobs@adventhealth.com. On behalf of our team, I'm Phil Houghton, Attraction Strategist. Thank you again for spending your morning with us. We look forward to seeing you at AdventHealth Minneola. Have a great one.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Have a
You.
blessed day.